So welcome to the Hayley Cakes podcast. We're going to just kind of go with the flow and make it up as we go.
We don't really know what we're doing. So fair warning.
Yeah, we're hoping this podcast kind of becomes something that's like a creative professionals coming and talking about how they get their inspiration and how they got started and just sharing general stories about their life in restaurant industry or just the creative field in Austin and Texas and wherever, honestly, whoever wants to come on.
Come on.
And obviously, whatever we're doing here at the bakery, I feel like that's kind of interesting. There's always something going on, so.
Yeah, like professional and then kind of,
fun.
We have some fun people
Yeah.
that are very interesting that you'll hear about.
Yep. So I guess, I don't know. If you don't know us already, so I'm Hayley.
The Hayley.
Hayley. I own Hayley Cakes and Cookies. We're a bakery out of Austin, Texas. We've been around about 10 years brick and mortar, and I was doing it before that from my apartment. And then we just took the plunge and bought the business. So I'm 32 now. I'm going to be 33 here in a month. And This is Lisa. She's my best friend.
Yeah, I don't know what I am here. I just do stuff. I just come in and do a bunch of stuff. Whatever Hayley tells me to do.
That's not
I just
true.
run off and do it.
I do whatever Lisa tells me to do.
So you can see it's a little chaotic.
Yeah. We met at work. She's been here for 9 years. 9 years?
I think so.
Almost 9.
Yeah. I just stopped counting.
From the beginning, yep. She's here forever. How old are you? 31?
31. Yeah. Yeah, 31. That's right, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to actually do the math now because I don't remember. After 30, it's kind of like whatever.
You're from McKinney?
I'm from McKinney, Texas.
McKinney, Texas. I'm from Houston, but we've both been here 10 years. I think I've been here 15 years.
You moved here
almost.
before the bakery, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I moved here. I actually went to Texas State, and then I went to like a worship ministry Bible college for a year, and then back to Texas State. And I still have 12 hours to finish, but just kind of holding out. 10 more years.
One day.
But yeah, I had one semester left in this bakery, Rise and Shine Bakery. My dad found it. It was for sale, and we were kind of putting it off. And someone actually turned me into the health department from working from my apartment. And so I rented a shared kitchen space, and my dad was like, "You did what?" From this like pizza guy who was in Austin, bowl of pizza, and I just rented a 6-foot table, and it was like $1,400 a month. And my dad was like,
Whoa.
"Do you even make that much money selling cookies?" And so he kind of then went on the hunt trying to find us a little bakery that was already for sale, so we didn't have to start from scratch. And the rest is history. I just dropped school and started that. Took over my entire life.
Finish school, people.
Let this be your lesson. Just stick around. We'll scare you into going to school and not doing it.
How long did you do cookies before the bakery?
Ooh.
Like forever?
I would say I really dove into it at Bible school because I was very bored. So I was just going to school, coming home, and just doing that nonstop. So that was probably 2 years full time, and then like doing cookies out of my apartment. But
Yeah, that's crazy.
I did it kind of all through high school. My mom was a home ec teacher, so she just let us do whatever we wanted in the kitchen, whatever. And how'd you start baking?
I just baked with my mom when I was a kid, and I just like sugar, so it just kind of, there's really not a whole lot more to it than that. And then I moved to Austin. I was like, I want to do something I like doing because I just worked in restaurants, so it was totally random to find Hayley Cakes. It was literally Hayley Cakes, or I had applied at one other place where it was just making loaves of bread and just like wholesale, like nothing like fancy. So I was like, well, I think I want the Hayley Cakes position. But it was just for a barista. It wasn't even to be a baker, really.
Okay, but that's what I seriously wish I had recorded somewhere our interview because I'm the worst interviewer
Yeah, it was
in the
bad.
entire world. I'm like,
It was really rough.
so
guys.
I think I Googled maybe 5 questions. We sat at the bar at River Place, and I was like, so why do you want to work here? And you were like, I like baking. And I just remember you saying, my boyfriend doesn't want me to bake at home anymore because we're just gaining a lot of weight. I can't bake anymore or something.
I said that?
I think so. He just doesn't want me to keep eating, and we've given it to all our neighbors and whatever.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, and then hired as a barista. But do you remember every time she's like the hardest worker in the world, and every time I was like, we need a baker, and Lisa's really, really hard work. She would do this, and I was like, look, if you, I'm gonna put you a baker, but if you hate it, don't quit. You can go back to being barista. I swear. And she was like, okay. And then she was my first decorator ever. And I was like, okay, I'm going to move you to decorating. But if you hate it, don't quit. You can go back to just baking.
And I'm like, why does she keep saying this?
I was so scared. Because it was my first year, man, honestly, I probably was a horrible boss. I might still be, but definitely year 1. Year 1, y'all, everything set me off because I had never even... Honestly, the only job I'd ever had was Starbucks. I worked at Napoli's Pizza for a month in Houston as a hostess. But it's like I had never managed anybody, and if people didn't do exactly what I said, I just could not understand why.
Managing people was
hard.
The hardest part.
Yep. There's one time I'm not proud of. We did a full lunch at Rise and Shine Bakery, and we were trying to roll out a new menu or something of mac and cheese. And I remember coming in and they hadn't made the mac and cheese, and I was like, just like, why? Like, what? This is what we just talked about yesterday. It was awful. I don't know why that
Where's
memory.
the mac and cheese?
I think because that girl quit the next day, and I was like, fair enough.
Well, I never had that experience. It was cool for me.
I chilled out after year 1 because my mom came to help me after that.
Yeah.
My mom moved up there. Yep.
Well, I know after I interviewed with you, I went home. I was like, "There's no way I got that job." I was just like, she asked me like 2 questions, and I was like, "All right, well, we'll let you know." And I was like, "Dang it! Like, I guess I'm gonna go make bread at this other place."
And in my head, I was like, "That went great."
She's the one.
That's it. That's her. Yep.
So yeah, but there was only like when I started, there was only like 2 other people, I think, that worked there, right?
I think so. I think it was like
2.
1 barista and
yeah, and then
You're
you
wild.
basically did everything.
Yep.
So a little different now.
Yep. I think that's why we're friends, became such good friends, is because it was such a small space. We had 1 table to work on, and even as we grew and started decorating, we decorated in this office that was a prison cell is what we call
Smaller
6
than
by
this-
6, like
Smaller than this whole little recording area.
And you think about it, like, there's actually, this is interesting. Random fact, there's science behind when you're sitting next to somebody, you're more likely to tell them personal things than when you're sitting across from somebody. And so we were just sitting next to each
heard
other.
that.
Yes, that's why people in the car usually like confess like their deepest secrets.
darkest secrets.
I know. So same goes with cookie decorating. You don't want to be across from you, you want to be next to them. Anyways.
You don't have to look somebody in the face when you tell them you're
Yeah,
you're
just staring into an octopus cookie. Like,
You can pretend they're not there, and then just hope they don't say anything weird back.
And I'm an oversharer. Lisa is like, I don't know anything about Lisa. She knows
I don't know anything about me. Yeah, right. You know way more
kidding.
than basically everyone. Yeah.
We haven't really traveled together, though. We haven't done, except for the Ohio trip. There was
Yeah.
one year where we really got some big wholesale accounts, and they were like flying us. It was Victoria's Secret was flying us to decorate on site at some of their events, and we got to do that. That was fun. We need more of that.
Yeah.
We'll just go set up. That's one of my favorite things to do. You set up all the cookies like blanks, and then people just come up and tell you what they want on it.
I remember that Victoria's Secret decorating event lasted, I think, like 4 hours or something. It was non-stop. I mean, there was just a line, and the line never ended. It just kept like getting bigger and cycling through. And by the end of it, it was like almost midnight. we're in a random city that we don't know. We were like, well, we're hungry and nothing's open.
Where do we go? White Castle.
White Castle.
And there's a picture of Lisa, and she's just like this on the table.
Yep.
It's one of those things where like you really don't even look up. You look up and say, "Hi, how are you? What do you want?" And then you're just like this for 4 hours, and then it's over, and you realize like you haven't even. Where am I?
Yeah.
There was a Ferris wheel.
There was a Ferris wheel. That was fun though. That was fun.
Yeah, for right now, it kind of ebbs and flows on the year. Like some years we have more free time. Depends on the staff that you have at the moment. Some years we're working so much that we're just here all the time. Yeah. We don't have like a designated collaboration time or a meeting. Those have never worked for us. We've tried to be like, okay, Mondays at 9 a.m. we meet and we plan the week. It never works. Honestly, it doesn't take any work away from us for the week.
It's easier to just like
as it arises.
As we think of stuff, we just talk about it.
Yeah.
Like right then. I'll forget.
I will definitely forget.
Yeah. She'll forget what I tell her too. And I'll forget what she tells me. So it's just like constantly like probably we've said the same thing like 6 times over and we're like, great idea. You ever thought about this?
I just take home Post-it notes now, just stacks of Post-its. Or even last night I texted you and just didn't send it because I knew I would look at it first thing in the morning. Yep. But yeah, we do lunch that's new. Well, the past couple of years, we made it a point to always do lunch. We used to not even stop and break for lunch, and I think that subconsciously we decided at some point that we needed a break in the day.
We still talk about work.
Yeah, it's still a meeting, but at least we're not.
You don't have a piping bag in your hand.
Yeah. To decide who's going to do what that week, usually it's just on our mood. I'll be like, I cannot see another cake.
Yeah.
I got to be back on cookies. And I will say, I really don't like training people. I hate making somebody feel like they're not doing a good job. And so I let Lisa train most of the people unless I have to.
Because I don't mind telling somebody they're not doing a good job.
I always hate it like in the creative process where there's like an artist and it's like just because it's different than ours. It's such a weird balance because
you can't.
It's not necessarily bad, but it does have to look like our product. And so it's weird to tell someone like, okay, do that different. You know.
And it's very like the stuff that we have to train people on decorating wise in particular. I mean, it's so like there's a very particular way to explain it and it's hard sometimes. It's like, I don't know, you just like do the dot like this. Like you just got to watch it and do 1,000 of those and then you'll get it.
Yeah.
And I just don't know how to tell you. Just keep doing the dots.
I don't know. You're good at explaining. That's me. I'm usually the one who's like, I don't know, just do it like this.
Yeah. Well, I think like I've watched you. I've figured it out just from watching you. And then I'm like, I get it. I know.
Yep.
I've decoded it.
Yeah, I think that's our hardest. That's our biggest challenge is training people. It's really hard to train people.
I think big picture wise, you are definitely like the creative driving force. Like I feel like I don't really come up with ideas of like new stuff to do, but like when you have a new idea, I like figuring out how to make it a reality.
You're the executor.
I am the executor. That's right. I forgot about that. Yep. I'm the executioner.
That's
that was what it was.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm not gonna come up with a new idea. That's what sometimes people ask me like, well, what's a new cookie design? I'm like, I don't know, but I'll do all the other ones we do.
Unless it's Halloween, and then Lisa's got all the Halloween ideas.
Yes, that's my time. It's my time to shine. I like making systems, and I like efficiency. It's probably because I'm German heritage. Just they love efficient things. It's like in their blood. So it's like when I see the wheels turning smoothly, and it's like everybody comes in, they know what to do, and making their job easy to come in and do their job. And that's, I think, my favorite part.
I don't like that part. Stresses me out. I don't want to have to go tell 10 different people to do it. But my favorite is I like coming up with the ideas and the new stuff. And if I could just sit and create one set all day of cookies, that's what I would do. And it would be wild. And nobody would want to mass produce it.
Nope.
Which is why I don't do that. But no.
Hayley will be doing a new cookie just like offhand, and then I'm like, You trying to make that one for the storefronts? Because that means we'll make like over 200 of them.
Yeah.
And it's like, so, what
not
you
for the
doing
case,
there?
is it? What are you doing?
What you doing there, buddy?
I know. Yep. That's my favorite part. Although I also really like the different personalities. I like meeting and getting to know people. But at the same time, that's also one of my least favorite parts. If they're awful people. It's just such a toss-up. Like, you meet some of the coolest people, and you also meet some of the worst people. Because as we hire so many people, it's just like,
right,
that's
you
how it is.
see it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't work well with certain personalities because I have this expectation of, like, they're going to get it the first time. And they're not.
None of them do. It's okay. I didn't, but don't tell her.
The first time I showed Lisa, I was so tired. I was so tired of decorating. I had been there forever. And there was a custom order of like stick figure wedding cookies. And I was like, you can do these, right? And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, okay, goodbye. And I left her and she did them.
Yep.
And then I was like, cool, she's trained.
It all turned out fine. Those people didn't complain.
See, that's how I train people. That's why we're so successful.
Throw you into the deep end. It's like, well, do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's always learning, always learning.
Well, and it's fun watching people when they do get it. Because it's like people come to do this because they're passionate about it. It's not like, oh, whatever, I guess I'll decorate cookies. It's like people are like, I want to decorate cookies, you know? And so when you do like teach them and they like, you can see that like they do their writing freehand for the first time in the script and you see that like they're proud and then you're proud. You're like, you did it. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. That's what I like, seeing somebody who was like, oh, I just wanted to try cookies because I'm creative. And then realizing like, I could do this like as a career. I like seeing people like that. We're just, watching them grow up. Honestly, we get a lot of like young high schoolers or straight out of high school. And I like seeing them kind of learn how to be an adult.
Little birdies fly out of the nest.
Yeah. It's maddening sometimes, but it's fun.
Yeah. I can't imagine being a parent. It's like, ugh, I'm just your manager. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yep.
I feel like the biggest thing on the horizon right now is opening Houston.
I know. I was so excited about opening Houston because that's where I'm from. And I just feel like all my friends, are there, and just I know people are excited because when I was in high school, people bought cookies all the time, and I just feel like my first customers were there, but it's taken so long. The city of Houston to build out requires so many more permits than Austin, and it's like every time you do a certain step, you have to get it approved, and you don't have to do that necessarily in Austin, I think, is the situation. That or we've just always bought kitchen spaces in Austin. They were already a kitchen. So it's taken, what is this, a year and a half? Almost 2 years going on build out. So we're hoping to open that October 1st is the tentative date. I'm not holding my breath, but I'm excited about it.
It's October 1st until it's not.
But it's stressful.
I know,
I think we said October 1st last year. So
yeah,
that's that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
But I'm excited about that too. I think
it's always fun. The new storefronts always have cool front of house, like design. Like from River Place moving here, and we got the floors up front that were like the marble floors. We just thought we were so cool. It was like, this place is awesome. And then you open Brody, and then it's like, that place is cooler than this place.
Brody's cool because we did that custom glitter piano. We painted that and flowers all up the wall, which I got to come up with. That's kind of like what I'm trying to do. Every location have a different Hello Gorgeous wall for pictures and like different kind of theme. So Houston, I'm going with bird cages. My grandma passed away this year, and she had a bunch of bird cages in her backyard, and so I spray painted those, and we're going to try to put them like around the Hello Gorgeous wall.
That'll be cool.
I think that'll be fun.
I like that one. Yeah.
Yep. Excited about that. I'm also always excited about Christmas. Like, as soon as Christmas is over, I have like a month where I'm like, whatever. I'm glad
like,
for a
do
break.
I want to do cookies anymore?
Yeah. Do I really like cookies? Should I sell this place? And then February it's back on. But I love Christmas cookies, and I love the chaos and the madness and the like, more Santas. As soon as they sell, I love that.
Yep.
I would much rather that than a summer. I hate summers for many reasons, but also It's just boring. It's like, God, I can't make another freaking beach heart cookie.
Yeah. Yeah, Christmas, it's like, Christmas makes me think of baking as a little kid.
Yeah, maybe
I
that's
think
it.
is what it is. It's like, to me, I remember our angel cutter is the exact same angel cutter I had when I was a kid. And that was like one of our 2 cookie cutters. And it's just like the smell and having the cookies around and it's cold outside. And I don't know, there's something about the whole mood. It's like,
What is that? The snowman cutter is the one me and my mom always used, and they broke it last year, but we saved it. I got to do something with it.
yeah.
We used it for 10 years here. It's probably 20 years old, honestly, 30.
Jeez.
We need a tea time segment.
Now we need something in here so we can.
I can't really, if I put something in here, it's just going to go to waste. I always act like I drink coffee or tea or literally anything. But it's just a show.
And
Never
then it's
gonna
5
actually
p.m.
drink it.
and Hayley has left and I'm about to leave. And then I look over at her desk and there's this Starbucks cup. Okay, so here's the cup. There's this much coffee in it. There's this much water of the melted ice. And it's just sitting there. And I'm like, I don't think she wants that anymore.
It's out of obligation. I know I need caffeine, and I also know I need breakfast, but I don't like coffee. But I want to like coffee. I need to like coffee. Anyways.
Cannot relate to you
I'm
there.
trying to think of the best bakery tea of the day. There's always somebody having drama out there, which is so great for us because we don't have to live it. We just get to hear
We
it.
just get to hear it.
And we don't have to be it.
comment, and that's. I'm trying to think of any good stuff we've heard.
I don't know. My favorite is, I guess we'll just not say their names. They said we could share it.
Yeah. One of our people.
Yeah, one of the girls, this is the best. And she said her boyfriend was going out of town for his job
Yeah, to work
for 3 months
for months. Yeah.
for some training for his job. And he was like, she's a catch, right? And I'm like, 100%. She's the nicest girl. So sweet, very pretty. And he was like, if you won't break up with me, if we can just keep dating, I'll send you money back. I'll pay you. Like, basically, like, I'll just
While
send
I'm
you,
gone,
while
I
I'm
will
gone, I'll
send
send
you
you money. And she was
To
like,
not break up with me.
why would you do that? I don't need you to send money. And we were all like, take the money.
I said, don't take the money. I said, nope, there's
What?
something wrong going on there. It smells fishy.
It is weird. Like, I don't know why you would want to resort to.
Why do you have to pay me?
Yeah. Why? I want to know what was going on in his mind of why he thought he needed to do that.
Right.
But
Something's fishy.
anyways, he only like stayed there for 2 days and then came back anyways. So.
Also fishy.
She said he hated it. Fair enough. He knows what he wants. He wants her, and he doesn't want to go to Minnesota or
He
wherever.
wants her and he's willing to pay.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's
Which
like,
is a vibe, okay? It's what we need. We need
more of that energy in the world.
I'm going to make my husband pay me just to stay. He's not even going anywhere.
Yeah.
But, yeah, not any real crazy drama right now, which is good. We very rarely have drama between employees. And that's one of the things I'm most proud of, is we don't put up with a lot of shit. And if people start doing it, we usually get rid of them. One time my aunt told me, it's not the people you fire that make you miserable, it's the people you don't. And that's true. Every single time that we've let somebody stay, who we were like, ooh, I'm pretty sure they're poisoning somebody. They are.
Yeah. Yeah.
They always
Bad
are.
apple spoils the bunch.
Mhm.
It's serious.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
And we're always trying to give them an extra chance. Anyways, after this last time, a couple months ago, we were both like, never again.
We say that every time, but we mean it.
I mean it this time.
We mean it. Gotta protect our girls.
And I just always see the potential in somebody. And that's what sucks. They're usually, the reason they're good at spreading poison throughout everybody else is because they're hard workers. You know what I mean? And it's like they're smart and they know how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Yeah.
like that personality type where it's like somebody, you know, those people who just always have to have an enemy. And it's like when there is no one to have an enemy with, it's easy to pick the company. And
Right.
I don't know. I really like that at almost every other bakery that I hear about from people that we hire, they're always like, oh, there was so much drama and they're just so mean and they're blah, blah. And like, we just don't have mean girls here.
Yeah.
They don't last. Usually they don't last themselves because everybody
else is like,
won't put up with it.
Why are you like this?
Yeah, what are you doing? Yep. So that's why the tea time is funny, usually.
Oh, yeah. They tell us wild stories.
Yeah, I can't believe some of the stuff.
I feel so boring and old hearing about these girls talking about what's going on with themselves. I'm like, my God, I watched like an episode of Breaking Bad, and I think it was just like a big night.
Yes.
You know?
Which is so interesting because remember when the problem used to be that we were too young and no one would listen to us?
Yeah.
Everyone we hired was older than us because I was 22 when I bought it, so you had to be 22 when you started.
That's like 22, 23.
Yeah. And everyone we hired was older than us, even if there was 26, and they were just like, what?
Like, I
nobody would
listen to
us.
you baby.
Baby. And look at us now, old and cranky.
And they still won't listen to us.
Age didn't change a thing.
It wasn't that after all.
That's why. But that's what we blamed, so whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyways, I'm just excited. I'm excited. I think actually I changed my answer. I'm most excited for the podcast.
Yay.
I am excited. I'm just nervous because I don't want it to be boring. And it's like, I don't want to just talk about us all the time. So
But
don't
we're
expect that.
So cool.
But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like there's so many new people who follow us maybe. And it's good to know kind of a little bit about us.
It's cool to see like
Yeah.
behind the scenes info and kind of how it works.
Yeah, like really right now, I can see the whole bakery staff, the deco staff basically, decorating cookies and cakes. So, and we're going to change clothes and go back out there and decorate after this.
Definitely not going to be in jeans out there.
Oh, heck no.
No way.
I'm going to put on flip-flops and...
Plus, I think it's like a lot of people want to run a bakery. They come here and they eventually are like, I would like to own my own bakery one day. And it's like, there's so much to it that you just like, you don't even know what you don't know. You know what I mean?
That's exactly right. That's good. I think that's kind of what we're hoping to share is some like behind the scenes, like business tricks and just bakery life in general. There's so much stuff that the thing that always comes to my head is the cookie cutters. I would have never thought that telling someone what shape to cut would be such an issue when I was at home. Like, you just don't even think about it. It's like, well,
it's that cookie. Like,
it's
just
the bird
cut that.
number 5. I don't know. But yeah, so just stuff like that, and then how we find inspiration, and hopefully just kind of getting to know y'all and what y'all want to hear about. Yeah, I've got a lot of creative like friends who got something to offer, and hopefully you leave this podcast feeling a little more inspired and a little more ready to start your own dream, whatever that is, whether it's bakery stuff or restaurant or just something creative.
Whatever.
That's what
could be something weird. That's cool.
Get creativity running through your blood. So yeah, we're excited to see where this goes. We'll kind of just go with it. We're going with it.
Making it up as we go. What's the next episode about, Haley?
Okay, I'm thinking for the next episode, we'll probably bring on the big ol' LC, my dad. Maybe he can...
that's going to be a whole other thing.
Maybe that's a good thing to touch on is this is actually a family business. My entire family works here. So, I figured maybe he'll come on and tell us a little bit about the business side of things. He's the one who he does all the paperwork, all of the finances, all of the everything else that isn't making cookies and the running.
He cannot decorate.
No, he can't.
That's okay. We love him.
But will he try? Yes.
Yes.
And will he always ask, is this royal or is this glaze? Yes. Bags are royal. Bags are the royal icing.
It's like, okay.
Yeah. Half of y'all are listening are like, what does that mean? We'll show you.
You'll find it.
Yeah, so we'll bring on my dad, maybe some of my family the first one, and then, we'll just go from there. Let us know what you want to hear about. We'll get those topics coming.